Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Memorial Day weekend. It is the Oldsmokey live stream, and tonight I am going to be checking out the first MRE main that I ever had, which is Scalloped Potatoes with Ham. Now, the first one that I had, I believe, was a year older than this. I think the first one I ever had, I'm pretty sure it was in 1992, but honestly, I didn't really pay attention at that time, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyway, this one right here, I forgot about even having these, to be 100% honest. I forgot I even had April of 1993. So someone put a paint marker on there and dated this 4 of 93. Now, the case that this came out of, I'm going to have to show you guys at some point. Pull the cases out, because I got 2 cases of these off a guy. And when I got them, they had a sticker on them from the military that said that they were put in the freezer on a certain date. And then they said they were inspected in the freezer on a certain date. So I don't know if these were part of an experiment that Natick was doing, or some other branch of the military was seeing how these things would react in a freezer, or how long they were even in the freezer for, total. But at some point, these were definitely frozen. And I've had other ones out of the case before, and they were good. So, um, anyway, I think that in itself is very interesting. Now, I do have some other MREs that are like around. I think they're like around 2000, 1999 to 2000. If I'm not mistaken. Now, I've done a couple frozen MREs. G. Schultz did one from the batch that I had. I sent one to Steve, which he hasn't reviewed yet, or may never. Because it was the most interesting menu that I had, in my opinion, out of all of those. It was like a fettuccine or a Parmesan fettuccine. I can't even remember what the menu was. I just remember it was interesting. I gave him a list of all the ones that I had, and I sent that one to him. Oh, that's the one that he picked out of all the ones that I had. And I think I had 8 frozen MREs at one point. I'd still have one remaining. I can't remember what menu it is. It might be beef stew or something like that. Now, it's been thawed out. The ones that I have, the other ones that I have, they were in the freezer for 15 years. And that I can verify. The guy, I had him go through an extensive thawing process before he sent them to me, which took a little over 2 weeks. Took about 18, 19 days, 20 days for him to thaw them out the way I asked him to, which he was very gracious enough to do that. But these ones I don't have as much history behind. Now, I do want to check out that other frozen MRE that I have, since it's been thawed out now for 2 years almost. It's been thawed out for 2 years, and there's a theory behind what happens to MREs whenever they're frozen and thawed out. When they thaw out, they start to break down rapidly. That's the theory. Now, this has never been proven one way or the other, because how often do you find MREs that have been frozen for 15 or 20 years? Not very often. So, some of the MREs that I had were frozen for 20 years. And I think they were at least 15. I can't remember. It was 15 to 20 years, something like that. I can't even remember. But anyway, it'll be interesting to check out that theory and review that last frozen MRE that I have that's been thawed out for 2 years, and see if it has broken down because it was frozen at one point and then thawed out. So this one was frozen at one point and thawed out, but I don't know how long these actually spent in the freezer. It could have been 3 years, it could have been 5 years, it could have been 10 years. I don't envision the military hanging on to these for much longer than 5 years, but now that is up for debate. I've heard guys tell me that they've eaten, that when they were in Desert Storm, that they were eating K rations. I've had guys tell me that. Now, maybe not. I would love to see some pictures from back in the day that someone accidentally candidly caught, guys in the 90s eating rations from the 40s or the 50s. I've heard guys say that they were eating full-blown C rations from the Korean War, or ration combat individuals even, when they were in the early 90s. I do know that the military has fed guys old food before. I know that I've verified that 100% does happen. Shocker says, no, sir, it did not happen. Well, I think, there's so many different branches and so many different people and so many different areas that guys could have been in. Things could happen. I'm not going to 100% deny that it couldn't have happened. I don't think that guys were eating K rations in the 90s. I don't. I swear that I've had guys tell me that. I've gotten messages on YouTube. I've gotten emails before from guys saying that they ate them. Now, I'm not going to be the guy that's like, nah, there's no way. But I do have my doubts on that. I think a lot of times it's guys that didn't understand exactly what kind of rations they were being given. They did see that they were older. I know guys got older rations. I guarantee you in the 90s that there were guys that were getting rations from the 80s. That I can guarantee you. From the early 80s. If not even some C rations, some MCIs that popped up in the early 90s. That's a possibility. But much older than that, I doubt it. But it is definitely possible that the military had some stash of rations that they came across and decided to feed the guys. I just, that's a hazard for them as well. I don't know. But all that being said, getting to the root of frozen MREs. Now this one, like I said, I know because it is a military printed sticker that was stuck on this thing and then the dates, the handwritten dates on there. So these were definitely frozen at some point, but I don't know for how long, and I don't know what the purpose behind that was, because I've never heard of any other military rations being frozen by the military. So that makes them pretty unique and pretty interesting in itself. Just the fact that the military at some point decided to freeze some MREs, and what their thoughts and reasoning behind that was, I don't know, but I would love to find out. I would love to get to someone that's worked at Natick back in the 90s or something and pick their brain. Now, before I get to this, I have a couple boxes on hand here. The first one came from GabeRilla. If you guys don't know who Gabe is, he drinks some of the oldest. I think he probably, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he has the oldest liquid drink on YouTube. He's been a consumer of old consumables for many years now. So he fits right into the community. Sorry about that, guys. But yes, Gabe is definitely part of our community. He's one of my good buddies, and he, like I said, he fits right in with the things that he's done for many years. And this box right here came from Gabe. And he did send me a picture of each individual thing that he was sending me, but I honestly, I didn't spend a whole lot of time looking at it because I kind of wanted to wait until I had it in hand. So that's what I'm doing right now. We're going to check this box out and see what he sent along, because I'm really excited about this box, to be 100% honest. I love stuff like this, as you guys know. But with Gabe's theme of what he does, I mean, you can pretty much take a guess on what's going to be in here. And these post office boxes, man, they seal really good one time. You can't ever reseal these things, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, okay, there we go. Let me give you guys a look inside the box. There we go. Now, I did notice that it seems like the post office is doing a pretty good job with not beating the crap out of these boxes, because usually when I get a box from the USPS, it is demolished, usually with holes in it, smashed. It's got huge dents in it. Looks like somebody sat on it and used it for a seat, or they tried to play some sort of box kickball with it. In this case, these boxes came in looking really, really good. So I'm going to start pulling these things out of here. Hang on. See a paper in here. All right, cool. Here, hey Jamie, here are some cans. You will have to do your own research to figure out the dates. A big smooch from me. Also, the small hand sanitizer bottle is from an actual distillery local to us. I thought it was a neat collectible you'd appreciate. Well, that's awesome. And I think this is it right here. Since I saw it right on top. Because it looks like a little liquor bottle. That is so cool. Look at that. A little tiny bottle of hand sanitizer that I think someone could accidentally drink. That is so cool. What kind of consumables? Drinks. Gabe is a big old drinker. He's drank old sodas, all different types of old alcohol, wine. He's not a big whiskey drinker, but tons of old beers. Opened a 1970s MCI chocolate nut roll today, and it was perfect. No way. No way. I would love to try a perfectly preserved nut roll, man. Any type of nut roll from the 70s, especially if you said 1970, that's amazing, dude. I did see the MCI B unit that you opened up that had crackers and a chocolate or chocolate or vanilla fudge in it, and I was impressed because you never get a good fudge. Like, it's very, very rare. What'd it say? Better have that on video, Shocker. Knowing Shocker, he might not have. I can get a case of 96 for $190 shipped. A case of 96. That's a 96 what? 1996 what? Hopefully not 1996 MREs. 190 bucks is too much. But the way prices are nowadays, alright, let's see what's in this box. I'm going to have to unwrap each one of them. Well, that's quite familiar looking, and I think it has garnered a dent on its way here, which is kind of to be expected. Gabe will be able to verify whether or not it had this dent to begin with. I might be able to pop it out of there. Let me see. There we go. Look at that. It's got the pull tab. You pull the top all the way off. It looks like there might be a little seepage going on there. Maybe, but I will definitely clean this thing well before I attempt to drink it. But it's got a pretty weird looking seam there. It's obviously been sealed with some kind of sealant. And there's the bottom. Oh. Huh. It's almost got like a negative pressure. Almost like a vacuum on it. Let's see what the next one looks like here. Uh-oh. Yep, we got a little bit of leakage coming from this one. And, wow, this is a... Oh, nope. It goes this way. There we go. Looks like we might have a little bit of leakage going on here. We do. Look, the top started to separate. Huh. Well, I'll have to drink that soon. But as you can see on my fingers here, it's definitely had a little leak. But this is a Newcastle Brown Ale. 4.52% alcohol by volume. That's interesting. It's an odd number. It's actually even, but whew, it smells like beer, I'll tell you that. Whew. Not good beer either. So yeah, I'll definitely have to do my own research on these bad boys. Let's see what this one is. This is so cool, man. It is definitely risky sending cans of liquid like this in the mail. There's no doubt about that. Okay, well, this is a cool looking one. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Brewed with pure spring water, it says. Later, Christine. Newcastle is awesome when it's fresh, Easy says. So this is a crimped seal or seam. Let's see. That's cool. It says strong on the bottom. It's the alcohol content on here. Brewed and filled by Jacob something Brewing Company. I am not going to pronounce Leinenkugel. Leinenkugels. Yeah, okay, so I did pronounce it right. Good deal. I'm not a fan of ales. I'm a lager gal, Miss Renee says. Famous since 1867, so we obviously know that they fired up in 1867, which is a really old company. I do not see the alcohol content stated on this can. Lift upright and push back, it says. Okay. And push back. Okay. I guess that means you pop it open, and they had to give you instructions on how to push the tab back down. That's an interesting looking tab on there. I remember this is probably like 80s, I would say, if I was a guessing man. Let's see what's next out of here. Yeah, the Newcastle is definitely a leaker. I can smell it bad. Alright. Here we got another pull tab. This one's in really good shape. No dents, no dings. Or maybe a couple. No dents, no dings. Imported from Canada. Black Horse Dow Black Horse Ale. Contents 11.5 U.S. fluid ounces. Not the alcohol content on here. Let's see. Limited. This is a Canadian beer, so this is definitely an import. Imported by Century Importers Incorporated, Buffalo, New York. That's awesome. This also has the crimped seal. Has H27 stamped on the bottom. I'm sure that's probably going to give me some type of information, which will be good. Let's see what's out of here next. See if I got anything else leaking. It doesn't look like it. I dig that little hand sanitizer. It's really cool. Set it right there. Alright, here I am. I don't want to open that one yet. Let's go to this one. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. That is sharp. Deer brand export to beer. A truly fine brew with the taste and flavor of the famous old world imported beers. It's got a little dent right there, which I bet it probably didn't have whenever he sent it. Upon the excavation of an old cellar in Schlels, 2 of August Schlels' old German beer formulas were found. These 2 brews will be marketed in a limited amount under the name of Export and Export 2. Upon completion of public taste test, Schlels will produce a truly fine import type beer called Schlels Export. Interesting. So they actually dug up a cellar and found the recipe for this, or the formula, I guess. Huh. Brewed and canned by August Schlels Brewing and Company in Minnesota. Okay. Ulm, Minnesota. This is a 12 fluid ounce. This is a pop top. But man, what a cool looking can. Isn't that a cool can? I dig that. It's probably, I mean, it's definitely a rigid can. It's aluminum, but oh, this one also says strong on the bottom. S6C. Which other one? This one said, yeah, look here. So those are probably going to give me a lot of information on the age of these particular brews. That Pabst, boy, that's interesting. That's probably, I'm going to guess, mid-70s. So 40-year-old, almost 50-year-old beer. But I guess you don't see these tall boys, these 16 ounces, very often that are still full. You'll see the empty cans. But that I am going on what Gabe was telling me. So here we have a Mcewan's Scottish Ale. This is also a pull top. It's an interesting pull top. It looks like it's like ready to come off of there. What's that say? Something. Liter. Put ring. Empty. I think it's supposed to mean put the ring in the empty can. But it definitely does not say that. Put ring, empty can. I think it's supposed to say can. Contains 12 UK fluid ounces, 11.5 US fluid ounces. So I guess it's the difference between the UK fluid ounce and the US fluid ounce. That's interesting. 340 milliliters. Mcewan's Scottish Ale, imported from Scotland. It's got some rust on the bottom here. Pretty substantial rust, but that doesn't concern me too awful much. I don't see any seepage or anything coming out of it. So hopefully it hasn't penetrated in. But that we can actually inspect this one. We could dump this into a glass, and then wasn't ready for this one. We'll have to check it out on the replay. Yeah, this is definitely a cool can too. Nice and shiny and gold. It's bloated on both ends. Oh, okay. This is the last one. That'll be the last one right there. This is a really cool one. I remember seeing the picture for this one. Look at this. Oh. It's garnered a dent on its trip here. It's a pull top, but check this can out. Wana beer. Wana beer. Wana beer? Check that dude out. Oh man, that is so cool. I gotta turn my stuff off. Slack. Brewed and filled by Jaws Huber Brewing Company, Monroe, Wisconsin. So this is like a local beer to him. But man, look at that can. It's like a full cartoon on there. Look at that. Volksfest 1978. 29th and 30th July, I guess. That is awesome. It's not going to sit there. It'll sit there. There we go. Okay, this is definitely last but not least. This one is super cool. You guys are going to like this one. I like this one. Look at that. The Xmas Brew. Kind of goes along with the theme of the same brand. That is so cool. Again with the strong on the bottom. Yeah, that's going to be in a Christmas video, because I've got something else that can go along with this perfectly, like some reindeer stew. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Thank you, Gabe, for sending all these along, buddy. Super appreciate that. I don't know if that... Uh-oh. It does have a hole. No. Oh, man. How is that even possible? It still feels like it's under pressure. That sure does look like a hole. Even to my naked eye, like looking at it. I'll have to clean that up and see. I mean, obviously there's some kind of leakage, but that could have came from something else like that. Huh. Definitely still feels like it's under pressure. I don't know. Oh man, years ago I had the Christmas brew with Santa on the bottle. It was a dark and horrible, like Tim Burton's animated movies. I think that's the can, if nothing else, is amazing. Xmas Brew, 1978. So we know this is 1978. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. This is 42-year-old beer. 42 years old. Alright, so that was awesome. Put these cans back in this box and keep it upright, so I can make room on the table here. Alright. Two tall boys there. The little hand sanitizer is going to stay out. Oh, super interesting decision on a way to package hand sanitizer, right? That's just so weird. Plastic. 80% topical solution hand sanitizer. Non-sterile solution. Non-sterile solution. Minkus. Or Menace. It's not a K, it's a H. Menace Distillery. Or Menos. Alright. Okay. Quickly, we will go through this other box right here. This one right here in particular, from Saltycroccollectibles. Both of the links to these guys are in my description. So there's a link in the description to Saltycroccollectibles on eBay. And there's also a link to GabeRilla's channel right here on the YouTubes. Okay. And alright. Grocery store chicken, schmitty. Alright, let's see what Saltycroccollectibles has sent along here. Okay. Oh, okay. Nice. Look at this. Excuse me. This is a Patrol Combat Ration, Occidental Menu number 2. Chicken and vegetable curry with rice. Apple bun. Apple bun. Protein drink powder, apple flavored, isotonic drink powder, grapefruit flavored, tropical fruit, nut mix. Boiled sweets. Chocolate block. I guess that's what that means. Chocolate block. Chocolate block of bar. Sesame seed bar. Pepper. That's cool they put pepper in there. Salt. Dental gum. Non-food items. As you can see. A spoon, a fork, and knife. Interesting. Menu sheet. Water purification tablets. Wet wipe. 2 tissues. And a flameless ration heater. Huh. It's a really weird setup there. Best before 5/20/20. So that would be what, this month? Yeah, it's not June yet. Cool. And next we have this weird thing, which he told me he believed it to be a civilian type MCI. Which I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that they made boxed meals for civilians, but that's what he said this is. Chicken hash, which is a very odd menu. Chicken hash. Man, I would love to try some chicken hash. But check that accessory packet out. Look at that. Sopacko. No list of contents on there. Just says Sopacko, Mullins, South Carolina. Yep, no list of accessories on there. Just says accessory packet. So he very well may be correct on this. This is 1979, 1979. B-Unit crackers and candy. Perfect looking can. Absolutely perfect. And there's your little civilian MCI spoon, which it is slightly different than the regular MCI spoon. As you can see, this is a lot more white. This is more opaque. Huh. Can of peanut butter. Made by Kern's Food. All these items are definitely military. They just might have been packaged for, and there's a pound cake by the American Bread Company. Really good looking can. And, oh yeah, unfortunately, now I gotta wash my hands. Here we have the completely unlabeled. Nope, there it is. There it is. Focus camera. There it is. Chicken hash. Ingredients: chicken, water, dehydrated potatoes. Dehydrated potatoes. Flavorings: sugar, hydrolyzed vegetable protein. So basically TVP. Inspected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. 11.5 ounces. What's that packing company? Marnat Packing Company. Bennettsville, South Carolina. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that is super, super interesting, man. I've never seen anything like this before. This is a first for the civilian style MCI. Huh. That will be awesome to check out. See what the differences in the accessory packet is, and see how this thing's held up. See if the B unit and the pound cake is still good, and take a look at that chicken hash. It's probably gonna look like corned beef hash, pretty much. There we go. All right, it's time to dig into the 93. Only after I go wash my hands, though. After the experience that I had last week, which I do think that the poutine contaminated everything else, and I had some issues, let's just say, after I had eaten the rest of the meal last week. I guess I could open that and sanitize my hands, but I'd rather just go wash them. I don't want to open that bottle. I want to keep it sealed. I think it's super cool. I'll show my family. Buddy. Watch it. You hate what I do. And why? Okay. I'm back. Let's get this party started. This is a Right Away Foods Right Away Foods. Good old company is not around anymore as in its original form. Turned from Rafco to Right Away, and then I think might even went back and forth a couple times. You know what? Let me get my little IFAC knife. A little emergency kit knife that came with the Beast from Minotaur. There's a link to Minotaur and a link to MRE Nation, which I don't think MRE Nation has anything going on, but Minotaur right now is what they're focusing on. Minotaur does have some stuff, and Mickey Joe just posted a video of, I can't remember what, Poseidon or something like that. It's a 3-day survival kit / ration with a really awesome selection of food in there. There was like 3 filled French toast, there was 6 pizzas in there, and then there was all kinds of sides and little survival kit stuff. Really awesome. Alright, here we go. Pulling everything out. You gotta screw around taking one thing out of the... Oh, that bag smells awesome. I wish you guys could smell inside of there. One of these days, we will have smell-o-vision. They're actually coming up with a way where you can feel things. Focus. What is going on here? They're coming up with a way where you can feel textures on your phone screen. I don't know if you guys have seen anything about that, but like say, whoever's filming has to have the way to pick up the textures when they're filming. Like there's a certain machine that does it, but like you'd be able to touch your screen, and if I held that up there, you'd be able to feel the texture of that box on your screen. And the way they do that is through a series of vibrations. So when you rub your finger over it, the vibrations give you the sensation of the texture of that box. It's really an interesting thought if they can pull it off in an efficient way. But I don't see it being very efficient with the way that they have to pick up the texture and then translate it through vibrations. Which, I mean, like I said, though, it's a really cool thought. And the fact that that'll be part of the virtual reality experience eventually, so if it's not already. But this is going to be coming through your phone screen. So right off the bat, we have applesauce, which is going to be fermented and most likely dark brown, which I'm fine with. I actually like the old applesauce. I'm one of the few that enjoy a horribly aged applesauce, but I will enjoy that with every part of my being. Oh, I thought that was in the accessory packet. There we got our sugar-free diet soft drink mix. And this is made with, I think this is made with saccharin. Let me see. Let's see, what's ingredients? Citric acid, blah, 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 blah. Aspartame. So it's made with aspartame. That's better, I guess. Even though I don't like the majority of that ingredients list. There's just, you get a little bit of ascorbic acid in there for as a preservative. Blue number 1. But we'll try the fruit punch. It'll probably make things come out a lot better. Or quicker, if nothing else. There's the accessory packet. Ooh, we have a cocoa beverage powder. Alright. One of my favorites. Of our partially biodegradable MRE spoon. Some pretty hefty looking crackers there. Classic indestructible package of crackers. Oh, here we go. Bottle of Tabasco. It's looking pretty good. A little dark, but not bad. Always like to make the comparison with one that is fresh, and this is actually fresh stuff right here, so you can see the difference. This is fresh Tabasco, so yeah, it's definitely darkened up a good bit, but I don't have an issue with that. Oops, there's your Tabasco. Alright, this is the first year for the flameless ration heater being included in the MRE, and this one's not bad, but it's not good either. You definitely don't want to see the filings like that, those little iron filings that have been starting to vacate from their cardboard protector. Ooh, oh no. Oh no. There we go. Yay. Get to try some cheese spread from 1993 that's also delaminating. And that could have to do with where it was frozen and thawed out. Or it could be from heat stress. I'm not sure. That is going to, it's like a hard block. It's going to need some considerable kneading. Guess I can go ahead and do that real quick. Oh, I just know that this is going to stink and taste like feet. Smell like the smell of what dirty, stinky feet. Oh, okay. That's an interesting looking chocolate covered brownie. Brownie chocolate covered. So, man, this is a thick one. This is probably the thickest one I've ever had my hands on. Usually they fill up a little more of the package, but this one's kind of a short and stubby brownie. There's your date code, the 103rd day of 1993. And last but definitely not least, we have these scalloped potatoes with ham, which is the first MRE main that I ever had. Mine was a year older than this, but it was a lot fresher when I ate it as well. Look at that, green packaging. Look at that. Man. The 27th day, 1993. So I'm going to go throw this in some boiling water. There's no delamination going on the retort pack itself. This thing's very full, by the way. 8 ounces, but it feels like more than 8 ounces. I don't know. Probably can't tell through the screen, but it's pretty thick compared to a lot of other 8-ounce entrees that I've held in my hands before. So let me go throw this in and get it heated up, and I'll be right back. All right. I think I'll actually try to pull off a Monday live stream since it's Memorial Day coming up. Wish I had a cool ration that I could have done for my grandpa for Memorial Day this year, but yep, I haven't been able to get my hands on what I want or / need to do so. But I'll eventually get that done. Alright. Bourbon. MRE Nation and Minotaur have not raised their prices. Bourbon. Yeah, I haven't noticed. Oh, by the way, if you do want to order something from over there, you can use a discount code, which it doesn't benefit me at all. It just is a way to pass on a little savings to you guys. You get a 10% off. Use the code OS10. OS10. If you're going to make an order over there, take advantage of it. Get that 10% off. That'll cover, I mean, if you're doing like a larger order, it might cover your shipping or something, which is cool. Alright. There we go. Tray. Let's start off with this weird drink that I'm not exactly looking forward to. Pink Floyd, The Wall. May as well use a crazy cup for a crazy drink. 106th day on that. Printed right on there. Not much powder in there. It's pretty much like one of those sugar-free water drinks that you can get today. Not much to it. I mean, it smells good. It smells like Kool-Aid. It smells like fruit punch Kool-Aid, in my opinion. Or it's very reminiscent of that, I should say. Maybe not exactly like Kool-Aid, but it's very similar in its scent. Okay. We got an accessory pack to go through, too. I did bring some water in here. And I just threw that away and didn't see how much water. Of course I did. Oops. Makes 8 fluid ounces. Alright. I think that's about what I got here. Nope, never mind. Thought that's about what I had in this bottle here, but yeah, I better just go with a full bottle. That way I can judge half of it. This is a basically 17-ounce bottle. Put half of it in there. Okay. It's not wanting to dissolve very well. I don't know. Lots of floaties and going on in there. So, hey Smitty, how's your leg going, dude? I saw the x-ray that you put up, and I know all about that. Alignment isn't important. Alignment is important. Just about everything. Yeah, that's not wanting to mix up. It's got chunks in there. Maybe if it sets for a little bit, I don't know. Healing, a good break though. I feel like Oldsmokey with my crutches. Yeah, I've been rocking them for 4 years, dude. I mean, I'm on a single one now, but still, I'm freaking over that crap. I'll tell you that. Whew. I get around a little bit, if just short distances, and if I know that I'm not going to have any weird uneven terrain or something like that, and it's short distances, I can use a cane to get around some. But let's check out the cocoa beverage powder. See how it's held up. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, buddy. It smells a little bit weird. I'm going to try it before I go all in. Let me go get the scalloped potatoes with ham out of the water. I do not want them to overheat and get all metallic. I'll be right back. Hopefully I had that in there long enough. I'm not even sure. I didn't check times or anything. Seemed like I might not have kept it in there long enough. But it'll be alright. Let's check out this accessory packet real quick, because it has the coffee in it, and I will be making a mocha if possible. There we go, 130th day on that. We got our Domino sugar, a little bit solidified. Our US issued butt ration, or toilet paper, or napkins, whatever you want to use it for. 4 grams of iodized salt by Diamond Crystal Specialty Foods Incorporated of Wilmington, Mass. Uh-oh. That's good. So the dry cream is no good. Coffee feels fine. We'll find out. Here's some faded gum. You can definitely see that that has had some moisture affected at some point, I would have to say. That doesn't look right. Here's our matches. We got red tip, black matches from obviously D.D. Bean and Sons in North Carolina. And last but not least, we have our wet nap or moist towelette. Steve's favorite. This is the black and white one that has the somewhat of an original scent that is our good buddy Steve 1989's favorite. Move all this other crap out of the way here. Let's see what the coffee, see if it has held up. Apologize for the scratches on my hand. I had a stray cat attack me. Just not awesome. I didn't rip that down far enough. Huh. Figures. Let's see. Nope. Moldy coffee. Never want to see white in your coffee. Dang it. Look at that. Crap. Well, I guess I do have this Nescafe right here on standby. Find my little tiny spoon, and I will put, if I can get the daggone, my fingers are not working. There we go. Whoa, oh, my bad. If you guys like the live streams, hit that thumbs up for me. And let Google know what you're thinking. Because, of course, they want to know everything about your day, etc. They keep track of everything you do, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to add the extra sugar just because I don't need it personally in my body. I can definitely go without it. Go. Doesn't call for that much water, but I'll tell you what, I always add extra water to my cocoa beverage powders because it can take it and still taste just as good, if not even a little better, than its thicker counterpart. Now, if it was super cold outside, maybe I'd want it to be a little thicker, but it's not. It's not super cold outside. Uh-oh. Dang it. Of course. Horse is a horse, of course, of course. What's his name? Mr. Ed. Oh, boy. So, as I mentioned, I'm going to try to do a Memorial Day live stream. Been trying to film a video with my son. Get him involved, get him in a thumbnail, and get him familiarized up on the channel a little bit. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Let's check out this brownie. I'm sure there's not going to be a hiss, but we can try. Yeah, nope. Look at that thing. Whoops. You can tell it's a little dense. A little dense. Look at that, though. Looks can be deceiving. It looks beautiful, but we will see. Weighs about, I don't know, 6 ounces, probably. There's no weight on it, but it's heavy. It weighs almost as much as the entree. Let's check the crackers out. That was a good one. That was a good one. Whoa, Rachel Sunshine with a big old super chat. Nothing to say. Well, thank you, Mrs. Rachel Sunshine. I super appreciate your super chat. Super appreciate super chat. Super appreciate. Super. Appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat. Those nuts on the inside were always nasty, even when they were new. Yeah. Even then, Easy Money says, I assume you mean when they were new. Oh, Evil's entered the chat. What? Man, I don't look down at the chat enough. I guess. I don't know. Looks like Karsten's taking off. Karsten, thanks for stopping by, buddy, all the way over in Germany. I know it's a weird time for you, I'm sure. I don't know what time it is in Germany, but I'm sure it's either super early in the morning or super late at night, however you want to look at it. We got our delaminated cheese spread. Let me get this chocolate off of the tray because I don't want that mixed in with my main. That's got to go. So these can be moved over. I've got to put freaking chocolate from that brownie's everywhere. Looks like crap. Almost quite literally. Alright. Got my OCD out of the way. Good deal. Applesauce. And then we'll get to the main. Oh yeah, there's the Tabasco says so. Sometimes these packages are not easy to open. Oh, Snapple Sauce. Snapple sauce. The package looks amazing. That looks brand spanking new. Feels brand spanking new. And that is not a joke. It legit feels like it's brand new. Now, what I want to do here is I'm just going to cut a corner off and kind of, squirt this out back there that way. And I got, yep, that's applesauce leaked out. And now I think it's on my knife. It is. Dang it. Gotta clean the knife. Don't want the applesauce to run this little razor blade. This thing's awesome. Go. There, it's cleaned up. Yep. Had to look at it through the camera myself. Wasn't me being weird. I was just trying to see. Holy cow. Come on. Get over there. There we go. Alright. Let's see what the applesauce is. A little runny. A little dark. A little dark. A lot dark. It's not supposed to be dark like that. Technically. It's oxidized. So oxygen has ran its course on this particular package of applesauce here. And I will try to get every bit of it out of there. There we go. We're down to the main. Let's get the main out. See what it's looking like. It's still nice and hot. Let's stick that over there. Now, scalloped potatoes with ham. I don't know. It brings back memories, but I really do and did. It's been a long time since I had this one, but I did thoroughly enjoy this menu, which the Canadians still make this menu. I don't think it looks the same, but that looks really good, actually. Look how the color's perfect. It smells, it smells a little weird. It smells like metallic bacon. Very metal influenced bacon scent. I would say almost like iron, even though I know there's no hard metals in here. What was that? I was like, that didn't look good. Didn't look good at all. Alright, well I mean, it doesn't look too bad, I guess. A little apprehensive on this one. There's some big old chunks of ham in there. Some darker than others. Plenty of potatoes in there. It's like a cheesy ham and potato hash, kinda. Alright, let's dig in, I guess. I'm not going to go for a huge bite right off the bat. 2 pieces of ham, 2 potatoes, and let's just see. It does smell a little off. I mean, I don't know. Alright, here we go. Down the hatch. Oh, wow. That is fantastic. A little early to be making my call just yet, but that is the most flavorful ham that maybe I've ever had. Really nice ham flavor there. The cheese sauce is really kind of rich, but light and creamy, cheesy, all at the same time. The potatoes have a really nice bite to them. They're not overcooked or undercooked. I think I heated this up just the right amount of time, to be honest. And it seems to be in perfect condition, very well stored. I know the 3 or 4 years I've had them, they've been stored well. Maybe I forgot. I might have forgot to text Jesse. Hold up. I'll do it right now. Oh, no, I texted him. He must be busy. You guys go check out Jesse Michael's channel, though. By the way, I see Mickey Joe asked me the question, would freezing the MRE and then having it thawed out mess with it? And the answer to that is, in my opinion, maybe. And the only reason I say maybe is because of all the people that I've heard talk about that they all were saying the same thing, Steve included. Steve, G. Schultz, all those guys, which they got their information from Jerry Sullivan. And Jerry Sullivan froze some early 90s MREs a long time ago. He had some long-range patrol. Like, he had some amazing stuff that he had frozen. And he had eaten on this stuff before. And he said that after 2 or 3 weeks of it being thawed out, that it started to break down. The food would turn to, like, the mains would turn to mush, and that the packaging would break down, which we have witnessed maybe some delamination going on like the cheese, but that could just be the cheese. So it's kind of, who knows. I was at Shepherd's Air Force Base, Wichita Falls, Texas, Miss Sunshine says, Rachel. Mickey Joe's MRE, it's an unofficial member of the KISS Army. Oh, I'm an unofficial member. Mickey Joe, if you cook a ham, I'm coming too. I want that main. I'm telling you, dude, it's actually really, really good. Miss Sharon, hey, Best place to be on Saturday night. That's amazing. That's really nice of you to say. I feel like I'm boring everybody's to death, but hopefully that's not the case. But Miss Sharon, thank you so much. I super appreciate the super chat. Uh, I'm quite impressed. The last time I had a ham, a scalloped potatoes and ham main, it was not good. It messed with my throat, gave me that weird, tingly, dry feeling in my throat from being rancid oils, or just the main was definitely bad. There's something had spoiled in it. This one, on the other hand, I mean, it's legit perfect. And I should be eating it while it's warm. I'll tell you, the cheesiness really works well. Jay says, Smokey, you're the main reason we're all friends, man. Be proud of that. Well, thank you so much for that. This is a great community and great folks. What? Oh, she's not in here? I'm pretty impressed with this. I would say it definitely does not need the Tabasco. That's what I was going to... I got sidetracked twice. You can see how easily distracted I am. But the main is so good on its own. The ham is so flavorful. I mean, it almost has... Some of it has notes of bacon. It's smoky and has that bacon flavor. And then others are like really intense, flaky, perfectly textured ham. And the potatoes on there, if I had just potatoes and the cheese, this would be great. Because they're really good. What's up, Viper? You guys should go check out Viper's channel, Shocker's channel. Let's get Shocker a few new subscribers tonight. How about that? Go over to Shocker71's channel, hook him up with a subscribe, get that dude's subscriber count up a little bit, and he would be probably mad at me. No, yeah, everybody likes to get some new subscribers, but let's see if we can get Shocker's subscriber count to go up. I will, just for the sake of doing it, add a little bit of Tabasco to a bite, but I don't want to ruin this with vinegar, which is what Tabasco mainly is. Get out of there. The air bubble. There it came. There we go. Doesn't take a whole lot to really flavor a bite. Let's see what the Tabasco does for it. Pretty much drowns out every bit of flavor. And it tastes like Tabasco. Now, I like Tabasco and corned beef hash. I don't know why. But after I get about halfway through a corned beef hash main, I want to start adding Tabasco. Just to change it up. For some reason. I do have a feeling that this is probably going to mess with me later on a little bit, especially since I'm eating so much of it. Plan on most likely finishing this. One other thing I'll say about that main, it's a little salty, just a little bit. I couldn't imagine adding that to it. It would just be way too much. Yeah, the last time I had one of these, it really messed with my throat and stuff. And it was just a weird experience altogether. That ham is just on point. Aletha just quit Walmart, huh? You mean you quit shopping there or you quit working there? Oh, Jesse made it. I did just text him and say I was live, but that's because I thought I hadn't texted him already. Let's try a little bit with the cracker here. Oops. Alright, I'm just going to try cracker on its own. Well, those are really fresh. They have that typical MRE flavor. Although back in the day, they were slightly different. They have a little bit more of that malted barley flavor than they do anything else. Absolutely no salt flavoring to them at all. Although, I can only imagine what they would be like with literally no salt at all. Oh, there they are. Where's my napkins at? Or my TP, or whatever you want to call it, butt ration. I got cheese sauce in between my fingers and under my ring. Yeah. Yuck. Nice and nasty. Made her biltong, Boyer Wars, and Bobatai. Bobatai? Did I say that correct? Alright, here, I want to try this together. Might add something to it. It's like there's so much ham in here, too. They're generous with the ham, which I think is awesome. You get like, you can eat 3 or 4 chunks of ham in every bite. Alright. I'm not mad at that. The ham is so flavor intense and bacon-like that the crackers actually work well. A lot of times the crackers flavor will overpower a main. Not in this case. Let's do this. There we go. There we go. Hope JMO had a good birthday, man. The only reason I ever knew about biltong was because of Duck Dynasty. Obviously, one episode they were talking about it. Willie was. And sparked my interest to find out what the deal with that was. And I did. I looked into it. It's like some really high-end beef jerky. more or less. Excuse me. My cocoa beverage powder is definitely on the thick side. THICC. Thick. You drink a bunch of this stuff, it'll make you thick too. Let's try the sugar-free aspartame fruit punch beverage base powder. Ugh. It's not bad initially, but it's got that super weird aftertaste. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a very strange sweetness that wears off in a funny way. And it lingers. Like right now, it's just lingering. I have a feeling it's going to influence whatever I take a bite of over the next 2 or 3 bites. Let's use this cracker to help me out scooping here some more. I could just scoop it all off with the cracker. Whoop. Yep. Now this tastes super weird. And I know that aspartame will mess with your stomach too. Hang on, Dub C. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Also hope that the MRE treats you better than the last couple Oldsmokey. Yeah, no doubt, dude. The last one, the poutine, I think I unknowingly gave myself a little bit of food poisoning. I talked at length with Big B Temple about it as it was happening. But I couldn't eat anything without it going straight through me for about a week. And the only thing I can think is it's because that main was open and contaminated other things that I ate. Or that I even had it on my hands and ingested a little bit that way. It wasn't like super bad because I wasn't puking sick, but I definitely had something going on, and I'm pretty sure that's why. Can't think of any other reason why that would have happened. And then the week before was the omelet, which I definitely 100% got sick from that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. That one made me sick. Well, maybe because I ate the whole thing, but I plan on doing that tonight as well. Obviously, I'm pretty much there already. Got a couple bites of this left, but there's Smitty with a super chat that says, "We need to get you a good poutine." And I've had the good poutine before, but I'd like to have real poutine. But thank you for that super chat, Smitty. And I agree, a good poutine would be awesome. Oh, excuse me. I couldn't hold that back, even though I tried. Huh. Well, gotta love the old beverage base. That's definitely not treating me too well. Oh, that was awesome. My bad. I don't know what I done there. Knocked you guys over for sure. But thanks, Smitty, for the super chat. And yeah, I agree. I would like to have a good poutine, man. Even though I do have one other poutine left from the same where they double that menu. But I'd like to have some legit Canadian poutine. Since I have my passport now, I need to come up there. Michael, this is a nice catch. Yeah, no doubt. I did catch that, by the way. Thank you. Can't go saltwater fishing off the beach, huh? Not allowed? Social distancing and whatnot? What the heck? I won't get into that too much. or in depth or anything. What my thoughts on it are. Come on. Gotta get the spoon cleaned off. I don't want a bunch of weird, greasy ham and scalloped potatoes. I gotta say, though, this ham and scalloped potatoes was maybe just as good or better than the first main that I ever had. Unfortunately, I guess I'm going to have to use this. Actually, you know what? I got water here. I'm just going to use water to cleanse my palate. It's a bummer here in Alaska. Everything is open. Pretty much just have some distancing limits in place. Roger that. Whew. Yeah, everything's pretty much opening back up and whatnot. This right here has been calling my name for a minute. Got a little piece of cracker in it right there that I want to get rid of just because it looks weird. Just get a little taste of it there to start with. Let's see. I think that is... Ooh. I don't know. It's got a little bit of weird bitterness to it. But it's also sweet. Has a little bit of that fermented apple flavor. But I happen to really like this and enjoy it. This would probably give me a stomach ache too, since I'm probably going to eat it all, but oh well. Some things are worth it. Some. This is one of them. Yeah, I happen to really enjoy this stuff. This would be really good on one of those applesauce cakes. When I was at the store, I made sure people would social distance from me. I was rapping the Eminem songs, blasting with my AirPods. They went the other directions. I could see you doing that, dude. I want to try a cracker in there like this. Almost like want to save some of that for later. Even that works. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does. Works. That is so good. And it's really good on the cracker, too. A lot of people wouldn't like this. I'll just be honest. Like, this is not for everybody. Aged applesauce, but it's definitely one of my favorite things to get out of an old MRE that ages gracefully, in my personal opinion. But like I said, a lot of people wouldn't like it. It just kind of depends on the person. Let's see what this is looking like. Just like I expected. There's the inside of the brownie chocolate covered with probably walnuts in there. Maybe pecans, I'm not sure. Oh, it smells horrible. It smells absolutely horrible. Ooh. Yep. It smells like axle grease mixed with rancid old chocolate or something. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, really. I'm going to take a bite of it, and we're going to see. Way too big a bite. Yeah, it tastes like crap. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I took that big a bite. Well, If anything from this meal is going to come back to bite me hard, it's probably going. It's probably going to be that bite. It's bitter. It doesn't taste like a brownie at all. I don't even know what to compare this to. I wonder if these things were ever soft on the inside, or if they were always like a brownie cookie. Because the texture of this thing is more crunchy, like a cookie. I don't know. I almost want to take another bite to get a better reading on it. That tastes like so many of the old MRE items that I've had in my past. They all take on a similar crappy aged flavor whenever they're no good. And that has it. But honestly, I'm not getting any numbness, tingling, any weird dry feeling. So it may actually be edible. James says, yes, soft, kinda. Well, these are more like a cookie now. Which I'm sure you can kind of tell, just judging by how hard they are to break and the texture. But they're definitely not soft. Easy says that they were always pretty hard, but also kind of soft. That's, I think, is what we're getting the consensus. James says, yeah, kind of soft. It's so weird. Like, you can see it's definitely more like a cookie now. I mean, it's edible, but it's not appetizing at all. The flavor is just horrible. The chocolate on the outside is not good. It smells like axle grease and sugar and soured, like soured chocolate, soured milk almost. And that's what it tastes like too. But for some reason, this one's edible. Usually they make my tongue go numb. Get like a aggressive stinging or tingling sensation. Sometimes even like a burning sensation. And then always followed by numbness. That brownie's fully edible. It's just not good. Which I don't think they were ever good. I'm getting quite a collection of these Tabasco sauces put up here. It's hard to tell how many I have now. Ooh. That was a good dark Tabasco. It's open. I give a bunch of the little Tabascos away because I know people like them. But I probably have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 unopened ones sitting around me, and I also have like 5 or 6 open ones. Okay, there's a little bit, finally, a little bit of weird coating in my mouth. Not too bad though. I'm surprised. I am. Let's check out the cocoa beverage powder real quick. Nice and hot still, but it tastes weird. Something's just slightly off about this cocoa beverage powder, I feel like. It might be the brownie, actually. It might be the residuals of the brownie in my mouth. I didn't cleanse my palate or anything before moving on to this. I don't know. Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's not as. It's not as sweet as it should be, and it feels like something's off with the flavor. I can't tell exactly what it is, though. I can't pinpoint that flavor. I'm puzzled. I can't figure that one out. I can't tell if maybe it's right on the verge of the milk powder or whatever going bad in it, or what. Everything else has been really good, though. I'm curious to see what the cheese is looking like. So, packaged by Thermopack, Stone Mountain, Georgia. We got our classic fortified cheese spread. Need package before opening, which I already did that, but maybe I should do it a little bit more. Rachel Sunshine, I thought snuff was for your nose. Not here in America. Snuff goes in your lip. Alright, I don't want to use the razor blade on this one. Now, let's not use the delaminated corner. Let's use this corner. There we go. And let's ruin some cracker. No point in going crazy with it, because I doubt it's going to be any good with that delamination. I've had old cheese spreads that were edible. Oh, this is not going to be one of them, though. This is one of those dry, gray, Play-Doh looking. Yum, yum. Well, I guess there's no time like the present to just go for it. Oh, yeah. Nope. It's exactly as I expected. That tastes so bad. Ooh. That one is... Ooh. That tastes like chlorine. Wow. That's intense. That's probably one of the worst cheese spreads I've ever... Maybe it's where I had so much on such a little piece of cracker. Oh no, it's going down the hatch. It's already been in my mouth. My tongue's numb. So I've had one other cheese spread make my tongue go numb. And that was when we filmed the show. Usually cheese spread doesn't make my tongue go numb. The tip of my tongue is just... Oh. It's stuck in my teeth. Oh, man. Oh. I'm drinking some of this nasty cocoa beverage powder to get some relief. Yeah, I would not suggest eating this to anyone. Look how... I mean, it just breaks off of there. It's like, that's not normal. That's not normal. Look at that. It's literally like Play-Doh. Like dry Play-Doh. Yeah. No. No, thank you. No, thank you. And it has one of the most intense... what's the word? One of the most intense chemical flavorings that I've ever experienced in an old ration item. It has made it, that one has went through some changes. I don't know if maybe it's where it was frozen and then thawed out or something like that, but it's not good. Ugh, it's disgusting. One thing I know that could remedy that, though, is that. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Now that's good. Mm. Trying to get a hold of something for me, for someone in Smoky. Aletha. Looks like James is taking off. Later, James. I may have some side effects from the brownie, from the cheese, and from this. I'm kind of hoping not, because although that's one of the worst chemical flavorings I've ever experienced, and the fact that this didn't make my tongue go numb or anything doesn't. I mean, it's edible. This is still edible, which is quite surprising. These are usually completely inedible, and fortunately this one is edible. I keep going back and eating it for, ooh, big old piece of nut in that one. It's a weird thing to say, but I don't know. Probably walnuts. Can't really tell. It's just so dry and industrial. I don't know how they could make the oatmeal cookie so good, the chocolate covered oatmeal cookie so good, and then screw up a brownie chocolate covered so bad. Like, I don't understand. They should have just made a brownie cookie, like a you know what I'm saying, like a flat, thin, baked like a cookie, where it got kind of crunchy brownie, and then chocolate covered it with the same chocolate that they used for the oatmeal cookie, which I don't know if that's the same, because this is always bad. It always smells weird, and it always tastes like crap. Whew. Well, so far so good. Yeah, that's bitter, actually. That has a pretty decent bitter bite to it. And it's slightly sour. And when I say slightly, I mean, I do mean slightly. It's not intense or anything at all. This is a treat, though. Right here. Oh yeah. Hmm. I wish I had another pack of that. Sweet and sour applesauce. That stuff is so good. Well, what I was thinking was Monday. Break out one of those old brews that Gabe just sent along. Getting an old Camel out, just about out of these. Got 4 in the can and 1 in the humidor. Good old keg. Have me one of these cigarettes. It's almost, well, it's older than the meal, but not by much. Like this, it'd been, you know, a pack of cigarettes from this era could have been around when this meal was, you know, handed out. Let's find some matches. There we go. Good old Canadian matches. Yep, just what I needed after a meal like that. Got a lot of weird flavors coming through right now through my, I don't even know what you want to call it. My exhaust that's coming out of my body right now. There's a lot of strange flavor profiles happening in my mouth whenever I, you know, have a little burp or breathe really hard. Like it, plus stuff that's kind of still lingering, obviously, after the meal. Huh. It says it can't connect to server, Renee. Some kind of collab involving a ration. Bourbon Escalloped. Yes. Amarilla cream. Not the normal one. Blind Fox. I need to check out your channel, Blind Fox, because I mean, I watched your videos back whenever the South African rations were first making their. Oh, Miss Renee says they're super chat. I don't think anybody's is actually. Well, I mean, they have. A couple people had, but I think something's messed up with it now. So, whoops, put it on top chat. My bad. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but I don't think anybody's able to do it. But anyways, I'm looking at the comments. You don't have to send a super chat to do that. I would be happy to read your comment. I have some extremely old home canned green beans that my mother put up years ago. Will never use them for the fear of botulism, but can't bring myself to empty them. I know it sounds crazy, but it doesn't sound crazy, Gail. Oh, Miss Renee, yep, hers worked. I see Miss Renee just sent a super chat in there, but Miss Gail, thank you for that super chat, Miss Renee. It's obviously it is working. I didn't think it was either. Plotting world takeover down here, Smoke. No worries. Okay. Yeah, Miss Gail. I don't know. Depends on like if you've had them stored in a root cellar or something, and as long as they still look perfect and the you know, obviously it's got a metal lid on. It's going to be like a mason jar or one of the Ball brand jars. As long as that lid's not puffed up at all, and when you open it, you hear that seal break. You know, that pop. I would bet that they're probably still edible. I'm not telling you to eat them, but I'm just saying, like, canned food like that can last a really long time. I've heard of people eating it 30, 40 years out from, you know, when they canned it, and it still being fine. Lost a little bit of flavor, if I was to guess. You know, they didn't say that, but I would, if I was to guess, I'd say that would be the case. Maybe lost a little bit of flavor, and that would be about it. Just saw a fly. Gonna have a battle with this fly. If there's a normal one, maybe you could send me that too. Happy early birthday, Rachel. I hope you are And Miss Sharon's wishing Miss Rachel happy birthday. So it sounds like Rachel's about to have a birthday. Miss Kaylin might lose a little nutrition, but should still be fine to check out. Yeah, I would think so. Just like I said, that Kaylin, that's going to depend a lot on. Oh, hey, what's up, Fireman Food? That's going to depend a lot on how it was stored. If, like I said, if it's been in a nice, cool, a year-round cool root cellar that stayed around 60 or so, I would say as long as it was canned properly. And when you can things, you're basically killing every living organism that's inside of that can. As long as it was canned properly, then, you know, I would say it's probably okay. But if there's botulism and other bacteria in there, that lid's gonna puff up and bloat. Always got this this badass blade right here that Fireman Food sent on standby with the Cocobolo handle. Knife made out of an old file of some kind or something. Probably off an old sawmill blade. What they used to file the blades, or the sawmill blades with. But that's a knife. Doesn't it? There, it's all on screen. There it is. Yeah. I'd still like to get the metal that's been removed from my body onto an episode of Forged in Fire. I think that'd be friggin' awesome. Let's see. Oldsmokey, they were in a basement. Lids are fine. Well, Gail, they're probably okay, to be quite honest. Like, in an end of the world situation, I might eat those. You know? I don't know if I'd want to eat them unless I absolutely had to. But as far as like opening one up to test it out, I would probably do that. Just to, you know, literally just to try it. As Kaylin says, she likes the handle on the knife. That is a beauty. Glad you liked it. Well, yeah, dude, I love the knife. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Too bad you don't still have a channel, my friend. Yep. Enjoyed watching the Hot Wheels finds and stuff. Inception. That'd be crazy if Inception was real. Or if we live in like a simulation. Which is possible according to some scientists. Which, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody really knows. Metal in your body, hope you don't mean... Nope, yeah, not that kind. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Good Seinfeld quote there. Not that there's anything wrong with that. They were the first ones to do that. And I was watching kids react to Seinfeld on the React channel here on YouTube. And they were reacting to episodes of Seinfeld. And that one in particular was about someone being gay, and Seinfeld and them, the meme was not that there's anything wrong with that. And these kids were like offended that they were saying that, and like they don't realize that that was a different time, first of all, and second of all, there's nothing wrong with what they were saying or doing. Like I don't see any problem with that. But to watch those kids, it was cringy for me, and they thought that the show was cringy, which I thought was silly. Seinfeld and The Office are two of the best shows, in my opinion, that have ever been made. Fantastic shows that I can watch over and over and not get bored of. I always did think it was weird that the first season of Seinfeld, they changed out the dad after that. Jerry's dad was different. I always thought that was weird. But that fellow that they had playing Jerry's dad was really old. Maybe that's why. He was quite an older fella in that first season. And or it might have just been in the pilot in episode 1. Can't remember. Well, that camel was fantastic. I gotta say that the things they literally just keep improving with age. The more time, I've had that can open now for probably about a year, getting close to it, because basically I smoke one every live stream, and there were 60 cigarettes in there. So yeah, it's been there's been maybe a couple I smoked two. So it's been almost a year since I opened this can on the channel on a live stream. And I still do have one can of smokes that I can open on a live stream. I need to get another can. But I do have this can of Paris cigarettes. It's a very lightweight cardboard can. It's a metal bottom. Barcode. So they're not super old. They're old enough. I mean, they're for a cigarette, they're old enough. Made in Great Britain, I guess. Exportation. Huh. How about that? Yeah, I'm kind of anxious to see. I get this little plastic lid on them. And then your typical, like, old Pringles can top, basically. The first night I met you people, Jay was driving me from NEPA to Iowa. Okay. Oh, look at that can so empty now. I know, right? It's crazy. Yep, it's been a long time since I opened that thing up on here. It's been a long time. And I've been thinking, I think one of the first videos I'm editing to come back, other than the one I did, I've got an unboxing that I've got to get up. But I think the first one I'm going to do is the Food Packet Survival Arctic from 1957. And then I'm going to open something that's got a full pack of smokes in it. Either I've got a Ration Combat Individual from 1956 or 7 or 52. I can't remember what. It's either 52, 56, or 57. It's been a long time since I looked at it. Or I would like to do a video on this can that Steve gave me. This accessory packet that has cigarettes, matches, can opener, water purification tablets, chewing gum, and toilet paper. But yeah, Steve actually, he gave me that can whenever we were at the meetup. It's actually in pretty good shape considering that it's from 1951. And it should have a full pack of smokes in it, I think. I've seen some of these come out with like 3 or 4 packs, or I think. Or maybe they were 2 10-packs. I've seen them come out with different cigarettes. And then I also have the abandoned ship rations that B Temple sent me that I've definitely got to get to. That's, you know, that might be the thing that I open with cigarettes, because that could end up having, like, what is it? 1, 2, 3. Those are, I can't remember how many are in a pack. I think it's like 8. Let's see, how many would that be? That'd be 5. It could end up having like 5 packs of Lucky Strikes in it. It could end up having some weird cigarettes in it. I've seen some other ones opened up that were interesting. So all right, I'm gonna have a regular smoke, and then we will call it for this live stream. I'm not feeling any side effects from the meal so far, and I will be finishing that applesauce with the crackers for sure. I could eat it right now, but not. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely bitter and weird. Something wrong with that. I mean, it's just, I don't think it's like bad to the point to make you sick bad, but it's definitely not right. Man, I wish I had one of those old smokes right now. No doubt, man. when I get a new pack opened up, get a hold of me and I'll send you some. I don't send them out to just anybody because that's, I don't know, it's weird to send out things like that, I guess, but definitely get a hold of me whenever I get one opened up. I'll let you know because it's going to be soon. Hopefully this week, actually. That's my goal. That I'm setting a goal. Got like, let's see, I've got appointments Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So nothing. Supposed to have an appointment Monday, but I think I got that canceled. So I was going to go and hang out with Bob and Dub C this weekend, but after I figured up like how when I'd have to leave like Monday night to get back in time to go to a doctor's appointment Tuesday, and there's no way. Yeah, I'd be dead, tired, and I don't want to drive like that. I think my chat quit working. It did. Smoke them if you got them. If you don't, then bum one. No doubt. Oh, I spent a lot of time in New York City. A lot. And I couldn't believe how many people bummed cigarettes off of me whenever I was in New York City. I mean, so many. If yeah, they weren't all bums either. Most people were offering to pay me for a cigarette, and I'd be like, no, 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 just take one, because a pack of cigarettes in New York City for your typical brands are $15 a pack, and I think like Marlboros and Camels and a couple other brands are $20 a pack. So, dollar a cigarette, $1 per cigarette, and that's what people would offer me, was $1 per cigarette all the time. That people try to give me a dollar. I'm like, no, no, I'm not taking your money. Here, just have one. Because I'd buy them here and take them with me, obviously, and I'd pay like $4 something a pack after tax. So at that time it's like $4.50. Jesse says same. I just give them one. Yeah. Well, you live down in a big city, so you probably see it some there too. Same in Chicago, I figure. Yeah. It's the big cities like that. And it's not always bums, like I said, but there's a lot of bums. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of just straight up bums that are much more able-bodied than me and could be working. That's the people that I don't have the sympathy for, really. Just my personal thoughts on the matter is, if you're able-bodied and able to hold a good conversation and, whatever, and you're not trying to do anything, then, yeah. Oh, man, you ain't got to do that. Yeah, man. I definitely should be sending you something, though, soon. Fireman food. Proudly display your patches up here on my shelf. That's for sure. It's super cool, man. He's retired from the fire departments out there in California, so he's probably seen some pretty crazy stuff out there. Somebody asked me why I live like a bum, so I told him because I am one, no doubt. No doubt. Aletha, well, you guys don't have to do that, but it's always fun to open stuff up on the live stream so folks can see, like tonight, stuff from Salty and from Gabe over on GabeRilla, and Salty's got his links down in the description. If you guys ever get bored and you want to just go like find and discover new things, go down through my description. I've got tons of links to other people's channels and eBay store down there for Salty, and there's obviously Minotaur with the OS 10 discount code down there that you can check out. But tons of people's channels in my descriptions. I'd always recommend everybody checking those out because they're all good folks, or they wouldn't be in my description. So that's definitely how you make it in my description. Be a good folk, part of the community, and you can be right in there. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to change out the description and redo it all to add links, but I do it on a pretty regular occasion. Like sometimes every 2 to 3 weeks I'll add new stuff and change some things around, but the main part of it has stayed the same for a long time, especially down like the old, I guess the old crew of recommendations down there, starting with probably Steve and Sticky Fingers and Shocker, Mickey Joe. I'll tell you one that used to be on there that's not on there anymore is Combat Rations. They're gone. Not that they don't still make videos, just that they're not going to be in my description. There's definitely a reason for that. What else? Who else? Can't even think right now. G. Schultz, obviously. Gundog, obviously. Who else? Well, I put myself on the spot here. Trying to think of the names in my description. Interesting. I'll just look it up. What? Store for... Oh. Well, I don't know how I could show this. Yeah, maybe I can. Hang on. If I hold my finger over that, there's the can that Shocker just opened up of that chocolate nut roll. Yeah, my chat is not working anymore, by the way. I have to touch it to be able to see it and scroll it down because it's like locked up. YouTube does that on occasion. An unopened case. Never mind. I won't mention that. The inside lid is shiny. Looks black. Reflection. Oh, here's an inside look at the cake. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, I might have to stop the live stream. Oh boy. Yep, I just might have to run, guys. Might need to stop. Yep. Yeah, well, I want to say thanks to my patrons. Sorry to kind of be abrupt and end it like this, but I'm going to have to run, quite literally. I want to say a huge thanks to all my patrons. Thank you guys for everything that you do. A lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible without you guys, so I save every penny from that. It all goes. And I want to say a huge thanks to Saltycroccollectibles for sending the box, and also GabeRilla. You guys check out their links down in the description. I'll try to make a pinned comment to the top of this, anybody who's watching it later after the live. And yeah. Maybe it'll pass. Ugh. Nope. Alright, guys. Well, I want to say a huge thanks to everybody who showed up tonight on tonight's live stream. I'm going to try to do another one Monday. I will try to make a post and text everybody who's in my text circle to let them know if I'm going to be doing that. Obviously, it'll be a Memorial Day type of thing. I wish I had something that I could have done cool for my grandpa for Memorial Day. Hopefully next year I'll have something lined up, because I really want to do a K ration for Memorial Day in memory of him. But I'm going to do something I don't know exactly what I'll do this Monday. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. Uh, I don't know what would be good, but all right, guys. I guess really all I got left to do is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Later. And